Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It is Thursday, February 23rd, 2023, and my name is Jennifer Cotton. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas, and that means I teach you how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So welcome and thank you for being here. Good morning, everybody. Lots of people are on already. Thank you for being here. Hello to Robin. Good morning, sunshine to you. Hey, Kylie and Jean in North Dakota. Pat, Stella, Carol in Connecticut. Hey, Pat, thanks for sharing. Carol also shared. Good morning, Lori from a very snowy blizzard, Minnesota. That is crazy, Lori, but I did see the weather this morning and I feel bad for you guys who are in that crazy winter weather. Here in Texas, they say it's a cold front, and I guess it is, but I'm trying to get my thing. It's 52 degrees right now, but it was 80 yesterday, and it's going to be in a high in the 60s today, so not too bad, even though it's a cold front. Hey, Lori, thank you for clicking like and sharing. Thank you very much. You guys can definitely give a thumbs up on both platforms or a heart or whatever you like. Jackie, good morning. Hey, Marcia in Texas. Janet, sunny and hot North Carolina. The whole country is having weird and different weathers. Darling, good morning. Hey, Ro. Everything's great here. Marcia is in Texas. Let's see who Facebook user is. Good morning, Rhonda. And Karen, good morning over on YouTube. Lots of you guys are on YouTube. Thank you for watching over there as well. Don't forget to hit the let me show this. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up next to live chat. That's from Marcia. That's on YouTube. Thank you, Marcia. Marcia is very supportive and helpful. So thank you very much, Marcia. Pat, good morning. Lori, 12 inches of snow so far. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all don't have to go to work. Diana in North Carolina. Cindy, Diana shared, thank you. And Cindy shared. Cindy Tarrant, good morning. Jean shared. Thank you guys for sharing this video with your friends or on your social media. That is very helpful to me. When you say hi on this video or share it and comment that you shared or both, you get entered to win the cards I'm going to make today. And today I'm making 3 cards with technically 4 different stamp sets. So I'll just introduce those later. You may have seen the sneak peek already in my little graphic for this video. But I hope you're going to like the cards anyway. But I'm using 3 different ones because Celebration is about to end. And I am doing sort of a finale to Celebration. This is Stampin' Up's biggest sale of the year. This year, it's only happening one time. This is it. It ends February 28th. And so we need to end it with a bang, get all those free sets and free perks. So with that, I'm also going live next Tuesday, February 28th, the very last day of Celebration at 9 a.m. Central with the video for you guys. So put that on your calendar, Tuesday, February 28th, 9 a.m. Central. Let me finish catching up here. Barbara in Connecticut. Joni, good morning, Joni. Happy Thursday to you. France, good morning. Hey, Judy in PA. Amy in Indiana. Cindy shared, thank you. Kathy, yes, blowing and drifting snow here in Minnesota. I probably got 9 inches at my house. Crazy. Judy shared, thanks. Hey, Stella. Hey, I got myself confused here. Let's see. Denise in snowy Colorado. Yes, lots of snow everywhere. Landa, good morning. Ramona, Janet. It's already 73 degrees here and supposed to get up to 86. Such weird weather. Yes, it was 80 something here yesterday. Definitely crazy. Darlin already loves the cards, liked and shared. Thank you so much. Ramona shared, thank you. And let's see. Betty in Michigan, good morning. All right. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks for saying hi. As you come on, even if you're watching this on replay, when you make a comment on the video on any of the two platforms, you'll get entered to win the cards. And then if you share the video, make sure you comment that you shared so we will know to enter you again. And thank you for doing that, because this is my full-time job, so that helps me out a lot, and I appreciate you guys. Okay, in the video on later this afternoon, in YouTube, I will add timestamps in the description down below, so you'll be able to click on the description, click the word more, and it'll open up a huge description because I give you lots of info. But toward the top, I'll put the timestamps. And what that means is you'll be able to click and skip around to the stamping, the specials, or whatever else I add a timestamp for. So that will be added this afternoon. I have to do that manually. And then tomorrow I'll be putting links up here in the corner for you to go over and check out my tutorial store. I have to add that tomorrow because that's just how it works on YouTube. For some reason, I cannot add it today. Hey, thanks for sharing, Robin. Deb says, Yahoo, I made it. I made a live from Frigid, Montana. Oh my gosh, I feel bad for you guys. Okay, so classes coming up. I do this as a full-time job, so I offer tons of events that anyone in the United States can take the classes to go. But anyone in the world can take my tutorials. Remember, over in the tutorial store, which is on my blog. Let me throw this up real quick. StampTherapist.com is the blog, and you can click tutorial store. You can also click events and all kinds of other tabs up at the top. Join my club, etc. Over on my blog. Okay. But anyway, events coming up. I do have lots of events coming up. So every month I do 4 classes for sure. You know, every month I have card, scrapbook, Stamp-A-Stack, and sampler. But any of my upcoming events, unless otherwise stated, we're going to cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything for you that we can. If we're not going to do that for certain things, we'll state it in the description. That you will get a PDF tutorial with every class I offer. You will cut your own designer paper and kit components if they're included with the fee, but you'll have full PDF instructions with measurements. And of course, you can get those tutorials only, and anyone in the US can take those. But my 4 monthly classes are also offered in person. So watch your emails. Make sure you're joining my email list on the description of this video in either platform, Facebook or YouTube. And join my email list so that you will get those notifications of the classes. So the point is, in March, I have not picked my product yet, so I can't announce what we're doing yet for Stamp-A-Stack, sampler, scrapbook, and card. I'm still waiting. I think I'm going to literally wait until March 1st to see the new product that Stampin' Up! Releases that we can all see on March 1st. Oh, that's funny. Betty says, I guess it's called send instead of share. Strange. Yeah, social media's platforms are always changing stuff on us, right? But yeah, if it lets you send it, I would say that counts. So anyway, so those 4 classes, just watch the emails. Of course, I'll announce it on my video next week. Probably not Tuesday's video, but the following one, and on Thursday. But I do want to remind you that 2 of those classes are clubs you can join. They're subscription clubs. They're amazing. You get over $20 in merchandise in each club: Stamp-A-Stack, 12 cards, and sampler. Here is last month's sampler, or this month that we're still in technically. I think it's gorgeous, and I do have 2 of these left. You can purchase these. Just contact me. So we have like a window here. You see it. Anyway, it's a gorgeous sampler with a 2-tone flora bundle. I do have 2 of those left, 2 packets, but you should join the club for Stamp-A-Stack and or sampler. Many people are in both, of course, because every month you're going to get that. You'll already be signed up for the class. You can cancel at any time. You're going to get over 20 in merchandise. We're going to cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible. Yes, we die cut that for you. PDF tutorial, and of course you can get it with shipping, and that will be mailed to your door. So Stamp-A-Stack is 12 cards, 4 designs every month. sampler is the full 12 by 12. You get the whole 12 by 12 piece mailed to you and whatever else we're including with the fee. You stamp and assemble at home unless you are local. There is an option to attend in person and or check out the supplies from me. And also with that club, with both clubs, after 6 consecutive months of membership, you get to pick $25 in free merchandise of your choice. So there's so many perks to being in the club. We give a gift every month. Well, I don't guarantee that, but knock on wood, we haven't missed a month in a long time. But this is with much help from my helpers. So this was the gift this past month that our club members received. And of course, if you're in both clubs, you get 2 gifts, the same gift, but 2 of them. Anyway, it's this cute punch guide that Karen made for everybody. Karen is amazing, as is Landa, Shirley, Chris, Becky, Deanna, and everybody else that helps me. But look at this. So you can lay this over your images in your catalog or your stamp set and see what's going to fit right away. Is it too big? Is it too small? Is it perfect? So that was our gift for our club members this month. So join the club. You have to join this month. My date does change every month, but anyway, March 12th is your deadline to join the club. Okay, March 12th. Join the clubs. You can cancel at any time. Don't forget. All right, next up, bingo. I have designed stamping bingo, and honestly, I don't think the pictures do them justice, but let me show you the sneak peek, and then I'll have the cards here. But this is the picture I sent out. I think I've sent the email already. I'm like, have I? But I've posted the sneak peek over in my VIP Facebook group and probably other places. It's on my blog under events, etc. But anyway, there's a sneak peek. So Thursday, March 9th, Zoom stamping bingo. It includes a card class. You're going to make 4 cards with the Marigold Moments bundle, a gorgeous bundle in the mini catalog. You're going to be able to play games for door prizes and have a chance to win product. You need to register by February 27th. Your packet will be mailed March 6th, and bingo is on March 9th. Don't worry, if your packet doesn't come in time, I can text or Facebook message you or even email you new bingo cards, so no problem. And you'll get a goodie bag, the 4 projects, and the coolest thing about stamping bingo to me is the Zoom, because you actually get to interact and talk with me and other stampers. We get to give each other tips and find out, personal information. It's not required, but where do you live? How's the weather? How many kids? We all show our pets on the videos and all that stuff. So it's a lot of fun. So you should join us for stamping bingo. My finger just touched something on the little touchpad on my computer and did that. Thank goodness it didn't do something worse. Okay, so the cards, we're going to use Marigold Moments. We're also going to use the brand new Hello Irresistible designer paper. So you're going to get a portion of that in your goodie bag. You're going to make the 4 cards, which again, I think are gorgeous, but they just don't, to me, they didn't photograph well to show off the real beauty of them. Again, my opinion. Maybe you don't agree with that they're pretty. But anyway, so those are the 4 cards. So sign up for bingo. February 27th is your deadline. Anyone in the U.S. can take that. I will sell the tutorials only later, but if you want to be in on the Zoom, that's how you do it. Thank you, Robin. She says your bingos are always so much fun. Thank you so much, Robin. Very nice. And she said I did send the bingo email. Yay! I thought I did, but then I was like, wait, or is it scheduled to go out later? I don't know what I did. Belinda, 12 degrees in Moses Lake, Washington. Oh my gosh, you guys. Of course, I'm sure, hopefully you're warm in your house and it's fine. Ramona said clever. I'm assuming that's about the gift. Thank you very much. Not my idea. Karen is awesome. Good morning, Martha. I don't know why I started to call you something that starts with an R, Martha. Don't know. Marcia, sampler's beautiful. Thank you so much. Janet, when is the retiring list coming out? Stampin' Up! Has given us a date, and I don't remember the exact date, but I believe it's the end of March. Wait, for which catalog? Hold on. We have 2 retiring coming out. Okay, so end of March is for, this one ends in May. Maybe it's both of them at the same time. Okay, Janet, I have to get back to you on that because I don't want to answer wrong, but I think it's toward the end of March. And of course, if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you'll have access to that first. And we'll get to know the whole list before everybody else gets to know and all that stuff. Let me see here. Oh, Kylie, 13 degrees in Sisters, Oregon. Woo! Sherry, good morning. Terry, good morning in Arkansas, Saratoga, Arkansas. Can't talk. Deb, yes, Frigid, Montana. I think I said hi, Deb, but I can't remember. Let me scroll back down here. Margaret, good morning. Martha also says bingo is so much fun. Yes, it is fun, you guys. It's fun. Cindy says bingo is fun. Woohoo. A second Cindy, I have two Cindy's, says can't wait for bingo. But yeah, join us. You can meet all these people that we're talking about. Do you have extra paper pumpkin for this month? I do not, Lori. I only order one extra, but I sold it at my in-person classes this month. So sorry. It is an amazing paper pumpkin. So I'm sure that's why you're asking. But I can always check with friends I have if you really want me to, Lori. And I know you know how to message me privately. But mine sold. Both retiring lists, Robin thinks. But Robin's pretty good at knowing these dates. She thinks they're both coming out March 29th. That's what I was thinking because they both end at around the same time. That they would be the same. But anyway, what I remember reading, I thought was just about one catalog. So end of March-ish probably for both. Digging out of 16 inches, Diane in Minnesota. Karen, Kim will take a sampler. Awesome. I should keep a pen right in front of me. So that means I have one sampler left from last month. Okay, so I jotted that down, but feel free to text me, Karen. Who else are we seeing? Lori will send me a message. Thank you. And Allie's thinking of joining bingo. Woohoo. Okay, Dana. So Dana, Lori, message me and I'll get hooked up with Dana because I'm seeing Dana on next Saturday. Okay. Sounds fun and cards look great. Thanks, Allie. All right. So those are those. Now, the next event is so cute. I think bingo looks really good, but this class is adorable. It's the Springtime with My Nomies Stamp Camp with Jennifer and Alejandra Gomez. We have designed 10 cards for you, plus you're going to make 3 additional cards from your kit you're going to receive with the class. And it's just fun. You want to talk about bright spring fun colors. This is the class for you. And so I'm going to so there's a sneak peek, but even better, let me just point the camera down. So this class is to go only. Anyone can take it in the US. You will receive Covered in Sunshine stamp set with your class fee, but don't worry, when you register, you can substitute if you already own it. I designed half, Allie designed half. You will want your Friendly Gnomes stamp set to stamp with, so you can add that on when you register if you don't own it. And that's photopolymer. Covered in Sunshine is red rubber. Just side note, FYIs. You are going to get this kit, the Saying Thanks kit, as part of your class fee. And then what? Sorry, I just messed with the microphone. That might have been noisy. Allie designed 6 cards using the contents of the kit, which are here, and then anything additional you need we'll provide. Okay, so the 6 cards she designed are right here. So they use a mix of your stamp set. Of course, you'll color with some blends and stuff. We're going to give you the ribbon and the embellishments, and then you'll use like the card bases and stuff here. So 6 cards, plus you'll make the 3, which I haven't made yet, that come in the kit. Of course, you can modify those if you want. You may copy one of these again instead, etc. But you're going to get these embellishments. This is all what's left after I made Allie's cards, including these pieces that I was supposed to cut up from my card fronts and put inside these black card bases, but I didn't do it. You get the cute envelopes, of course, in the kit. You're going to have leftover words and hearts and all kinds of stuff. I used my own dimensional, so there's dimensional strips, twine. I don't think Ellie used the twine at all. Okay, so there's that. And then I designed 4 cards using these 2 stamp sets, Covered in Sunshine and Friendly Gnomes. They, I think, are adorable. Super fun colors. You're going to get a free sampling that we did not include in the price, free, of the Dandy Designs designer paper. It's amazing. So sign up for that one. Let me read my notes. I have all of my deadline, like the info here. Okay, so it's a total of 13 cards. You get over $60 in merchandise. You can substitute that stamp set if you already have it. And Allie did a video instruction, and I'm doing PDF tutorial for my cards. The registration date is March 6th, and we will mail these by March 13th. So get on there and register for that. By the way, my email that goes out at 1 p.m. today, 1 Central, will have links to all of these events I'm talking about. Just scroll to the bottom of the email, and you'll see all these pink buttons, and that's where the links are. This is to go only. There is not an online party associated with it. It's just we mail you the packet, we send you your tutorials, and you complete those on your own at your leisure. Of course, we can always answer questions if our instructions don't make sense. All right. So those are my main upcoming events. Linda says, love the saying stamp. I know, it's so pretty. This, like, pretty and cute and everything. This Covered in Sunshine stamp set. This, by the way, side note, this largest image here, this Dreams Come True stamp, fits a die that we carry. Beautiful shapes, I think it's called. Anyway, we're going to die cut that little shape for you, most likely in your kit. But you can also hand cut that out if not. That's just a side note, random info about that kit. Okay, so those are those classes. And then coming soon, Alejandra and I are releasing another class. It's going to be with the bunny, the Easter bunny stamp set, and the Thanks a Bunch with the carrots. More info is coming on that, coming out about that very soon, but that will be offered and mailed in March as well. So that's an Easter class. You're going to love it. It's so pretty. She designed half, I designed half, etc. Okay. Of course, I have my retreat coming up. It's really getting close. The April 20 through 23rd, 2023 retreat in person in Temple, Texas. You can still register for this. Half payment will be due when you register, but registration is still open currently. We will have to cut it off, I think, in a couple of weeks for the in-person. And then we will offer the to-go retreat in a box as well. Where we haven't put out our links. This is April McCright and I do this together. Our links yet, because we are still waiting to see the product on March 1st to see for sure what we're going to use as our classes and retreat make and takes. But with these retreats, you get over 10 or more make and takes, $50 goodie bag. Of course, if you go in person, you get a table and can use all our supplies and all that stuff. When you take it to go, you get all the gifts our in-person people get. So you get a bag, a literal bag, and a bunch of goodies, little gifts that they receive each day at their spot. So either way is great, but we would love to see you in person in Temple, Texas. And then if you saw on that graphic, there's one coming in August as well that you can still register for. All those links will be in that email today. So Crafting Cruise, January 28th through February 4th, 2024, Harmony of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. Our last one was amazing. If I do say so myself, you're definitely going to want to join us on this cruise. And you can save a lot of money in addition, because we get a group rate, which is always lower than any Royal Caribbean rate. So bring all the people you want with you, your family, your friends, and so on. They don't have to craft. Crafting portion is an optional add-on when you register. So I'll have a link to that in the email today, and let me know if you have any questions. And I just sent the paperwork this morning for our 2025 cruise, also on Harmony of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. So These cruises are amazing, and you guys are going to want to come. Good morning, Jennifer and Cindy. No problem. Thank you, and see you later. Okay, so that's my event stuff. Next up is specials. So Stampin' Up has celebration going on, of course, and it's about to end in less than a week. Today's the 23rd, so like 5 days. Celebration is ending. Let me move some stuff here. Move this awesome gnome class. And let me find my book. Here it is. So this is the one that's about to end, of course. This is you get a free gift with every $50 or $100 spent. No limit. Now, these are while supplies last. We have sold out of one of the designer papers already that my friend Shirley predicted. Dainty Flowers. She said that would sell out first. And I was like, no, it won't. I said, whatever this one, Favored Flowers would. I was wrong. Good thing I didn't put money on that bet. Anyway, it sold out. So especially the designer papers, get them now before they sell out. But even the stamp sets could sell out technically. So that's free with every $50 and $100 spent. And if you don't want any more of that stuff, we have additional products you can get free with $50 and $100. All of these, links to this stuff will be in my email that goes out at 1 o'clock today, or just go over to my blog, stamptherapist.com, and you will see stamptherapist.com. Where's my hand? You will see links to those. Trust me. Just go there. Okay, so we have that. Of course, there is a host special, which I'm actually going to tell you about when I'm making my cards today, and a kit special. The kit special is the best deal for you. If you're not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that just means you get a discount where you purchased a good deal. It does not mean you do a business or sell stamping like me. So anyone can, quote, be a demonstrator, buy the starter kit, join my team, and never do anything else ever. Raise your hand if you've ever done that before. I have hundreds of people who have done that before that are or were on my team. But anyway, but the deal part of it is for only $99. And I had, it's in, okay. Yeah, that was actually for next week's video. But anyway, for $99, so I won't bring it out today, you can choose 175 in our merchandise. That's any current product you want, other than Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. Those don't apply. Any current merchandise, and that includes the new product that demonstrators can order right now. The Irresistible Blooms bundle, the Hello Irresistible paper, and the loose frosted dots. And these products down here, the stamp set, the alphabet set, the 3 embossing folders, and the foil paper. Any of those you can add to that 175 in merchandise. You pay $99 plus tax only, free shipping. So if you do the math, what you would pay me for 175 plus 11% shipping plus tax, that's way more than $99 plus tax. In addition, you get a free past Paper Pumpkin kit, and you get to be on my team and have all those perks if you choose to take advantage of them, which you do not have to. So that is the starter kit special. Now you can also get the other starter kit special, same deal, but with a few more dollars. For $129, you can add on the mini die cut machine for no extra charge. It's $129 total. You get the blue or the white, boho blue or white die cut machine. Pay $129, pick $175 in merchandise, get the free past Paper Pumpkin. Any questions? Any questions? Because it's the best deal. You truly are not obligated to buy or sell once you purchase that, or even participate in all of the amazing perks that you could participate in. You truly don't have to do anything. So any questions on that? Let me know. If you want more information, let me know, because it's a great deal. A couple of other reminders, and I think I have a picture for this. Yes. These in colors are going to be retiring. So Stampin' Up! Will make the official announcement probably at the end of March, And March 1st, we're getting information about like these colors, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock, that are in some new designer papers that they just released. But as far as we know, these colors are retiring in 2023. Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. What that means for you is buy them now before they go while supplies last in April. You get your ink refills, get your cardstock, get your Stampin' Blends, because when they go while supplies last, they could sell out on day 1, they could sell out on day 2, or they might not sell out. We have no way of predicting that. So get them while they're still guaranteed. And even now, nothing is really guaranteed. If we run out of product that takes too long to manufacture, that's going to retire, they may not reorder it. So get them now. I'm warning you, fair warning, get your colors now. Those colors, we've been told, are retiring. They are retiring. But hopefully we'll know the full info March 1st about if there's any new colors coming, besides obviously new in colors and all that. So, and then of course the clearance rack. If you didn't see my emails and posts about that yesterday, Stampin' Up has announced what am I trying to say? That they added things to our clearance rack. So that's in my online store. I actually have on my blog, if you go to stamptherapist.com, you can, the post that's up there right now on stamptherapist.com is a picture of everything retiring, clearance. Picture of the clearance rack. And so you can see the prices, the pictures, you can click on it, it'll take you to my store and all that. So go check that out if you would like. Let me see who came on. Kelly, good morning. Linda says, hate to see those greens go. I know. Fresh Freesia, I know. I mean, I love Fresh Freesia, even though I'm more pink than purple. I'm going to miss Fresh Freesia a lot. I'm going to miss pretty much all the colors this year, although I will admit, even though I'm a pink person, I haven't used polished pink that much, but I'm going to miss them all. So there we go. Okay, I do want to just clarify and remind you about Paper Pumpkin. Where's the graphic? Right here. Because last week I said I didn't know. I keep having to take this thing off because I'm not smart. Last week I did not know what the free gift was. I was confused, but I got clarified at my class this weekend with several team members who were there, and they were like, hello, Jennifer. But anyway, it's a free stamp set. So Paper Pumpkin is our monthly craft box in the mail. If you subscribe or purchase by March 10th, you will get the March Paper Pumpkin box that looks like this picture here. Nice, like tie-dye kind of watercolor-y thing. You'll get the kit with all the projects it makes and a bonus stamp set, which I believe is the one pictured here. So make sure you register for Paper Pumpkin. Links, of course, in the emails, or you can go to my store and purchase it. But March 10th is the deadline. And then if you prepay, you have to activate that on March 10th. Not after, because then you'll get the April kit. Okay, so I told you about that. All right. I am going to point the camera down, and I have some little like show and tell here. As usual, I have to remember what all this is. And then I'll tell you about my ordering special, and then we'll get started. So I have just several things here to show and tell. Move these papers out of the way. Let me start with this. These are actually all cards I've received in the mail recently. So let me pull them off screen so I don't accidentally show the envelopes, the addresses. But this one was from Linda, so she sent me some money. Thank you, Linda. And just a really cute, really pretty, actually. I wouldn't call it cute. I call it pretty and elegant card there from Linda. So thank you very much, Linda. And then this one is from Oma, my friend Oma. A very bright, talk about bright, sunny cards for spring. Anyway, just a thinking of you card because I never get to see her anymore. And then Elnor sent me a gorgeous card. Check this out. Love the embossing of foil paper, all that stuff. But just a card, like, again, for just a friend card. So thank you very much, Eleanor. And then, oh, there is another card I received. I don't know where it is. Maybe I showed it already. Anyway, this is from Terry, a team member, and she sent me this super fun and sparkly Valentine card. So thank you, Terry, so much. Oh, the little poem in there is really funny too. But thank you, Terry. So thanks, guys, for all the cards. I love it. Next up, I got a card in the mail from Chad Williams from Stampin' Up. He is in the area I live in, he is our, they call it a DDM. It's like something manager. Anyway, so this is a congratulations card. Look at the cute Taco Fiesta stamp set. And it's for earning the Stampin' Up incentive trip to Mexico. Woohoo! So perfect card for a trip to Mexico. So thank you, Chad. And then these cards here are my team meeting for the month of March. So when you're in my team, again, everything is optional. You do not have to do anything, but we do monthly gatherings, quarterly in person, and the other 2 months on Zoom. And when we do them in person, we stream them on Facebook, and you still have chances to win prizes. And of course, you get recognition and all that. But we offer optional make and take packets. And this is the packet for this month. We're using that new product from Stampin' Up. So if you're local, you can attend in person and stamp this month. And if you're not local, you can just take it to go, which is what we do on the Zoom months anyway. So this month it's 4 cards. They get, the price is really inexpensive, and it's completely optional. Not everyone has to do that or does it. But anyway, it's just an option, and it gives the team just cards, ideas, etc. But also it can be something that they can copy in their own business if they want to and use that as a class. So join my team and you can take that make and take packet as well, in person or to go. And then this is my ordering special for the month of February that we're in right now. So when your order online, I'm going to put this graphic back up, I think, and leave it. When your order that you place online with me is $25 or more, and you use the host code, which is right there, the 4U2, etc., you get the class packet mailed to you to make these 4 cards. And of course, every month it changes. These use the Queen Bee bundle. We die cut, punch, emboss everything we can. You stamp and assemble with the PDF tutorial at home. Of course, I made 3 of these on a video as well. When that order is 50 or more, you're also going to get a free full accessory from me. And this month it's the brand new frosted, what are they called? Loose frosted dots. They come out March 1st. So you'll get a pack of those from me with 50 or more with the host code. Let me just go back real quick to this. These are the frosted dots on these projects here. Gorgeous. So you can get a full pack of those from me plus the card packet. But then I have added a special because of the end of celebration. Let's end it with a bang. When your order with the host code is 75 or more, I'm trying to point to it right there, 75 or more, you get a free stamp set from me. And that stamp set is going to be called At the Pond. This is a host stamp set in our current mini catalog, so you can get it when you do a party as well, like a $150 order, I should say. But you'll get that from me as well. Now you have to use the host code to get the stamp set. So even if your order is 150 or more, use the host code. The free gift is the At the Pond, plus the class, plus of course you get celebration, plus the loose dots. Okay, but you must use the host code. And then oh, there it is, perfect. So here's that little description of that. Bonus gift, free stamp set, February 23rd. So that starts today, 23rd through 28th. It ends on the 28th. When your order is 75 or more, you get all the stuff plus the free stamp set. I hope that makes sense. If you are ordering and you have any questions, let me know in the email that goes out at 1 o'clock today and my blog post at 11 a.m. Central. I have a written explanation, because I want you to understand if you order 150 or more and you don't use the host code, you won't get this set free, but you could pick it free yourself. So that's in that description. So if you don't understand any of that, just contact me. I hope it makes sense. The cards are gorgeous, by the way. Oh my goodness. Okay. And of course, we'll cut all that paper that's no longer available for you. All right. So let's get started. So the first card I'm going to make for you today, I'm going to use a different stamp set on each card. So today's first card is using the Beautifully Happy stamp set. First card number 1. Beautifully Happy. This stamp set is free with a $100 purchase through February 28th, and then you cannot get the stamp set anymore. So get it now. Take advantage of all my specials and grab your free gifts. Now, you don't have to choose this set. Of course, you could choose two $50 items or one $100 item when you place that order. And you can choose other $100 items or $50 items. Let me get back to comments here. I love Fresh Freesia and all the colors, but will fall in love with the new colors. That is the best attitude, Pat, because it's so true. We're always like, oh, and then we love the new colors, and then we're crying when they leave. So very true. Deanne will miss Fresh Freesia. Yes, we get a lot of gonna miss Fresh Freesias. It is a very pretty color. Good morning, Deanne. I think I said good morning, and Jennifer, but I can't remember. Yay, got breakfast fixed. Now my full attention is yours. Yay, Linda, just in time also. No, Allie, I did not switch. Don't be putting that out there. Rude. No, but, you know, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get a really nice pink in our next one that all you purple people will miss. Okay, so photopolymer stamp set. The reason it's free with 100 is it's a huge set. There's 2 sheets of stamps in here. You have these gorgeous flowers that look hand colored when you stamp the second step on top, but you can hand color them as well. 6 greetings, a little bee, which I don't think I've even used the bee stamp in this. It's super pretty and cute. A small flower, the large flowers, it's gorgeous. Cursive and regular font mixed in. It's just a really gorgeous set. Okay, so let me grab my supplies. This is actually a pretty, I'm going to say pretty to semi-simple card. Just because we do have embossing and die cutting, but anyway. Okay, so this card base is Fresh Freesia. So you take your 8.5 by 11 cardstock and cut it in half. You'll get 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper, so it's really economical and super easy math. Cut it in half. I'm going to fold this in half with my bone folder. And as a side note, you can cut it in half the other direction. Put some paper here because I don't have any cardstock. You can cut it in half the other direction, and when you fold it over, it's the same size. So you can cut your cards either direction, however you want it to open. And that makes your card base that fits into the medium Stampin' Up envelopes, which is an invitation size envelope. So this clear one is a medium. That's my favorite. I love the clear envelopes, but we also carry white and vanilla clear envelopes as well in the medium. Okay, so in my envelope, I have my pieces here. I'm also going to use, no ribbon on this card, shockingly, but I am going to use some really pretty embellishments on this one. Okay, so my next layer is basic white. This one I embossed with the Hive embossing folder. You can get that embossing folder if you don't have it free. I know a lot of y'all have it because it's very popular, but you can get it free with a $50 purchase through February 28th, the Hive embossing folder. And where is mine? Oh, yeah. Did I bring it over here? This is a regular size folder. You put your paper inside, and you do need the large Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to use this folder, but the machine comes with everything else you need. and you just run it through one time. So if you don't have the big die cut machine, now is the time to get it with the starter kit promotion. It's only $125, I believe. So you'll still get to pick $50 in merchandise. I would grab a bundle. And you'll pay $99 to get the machine and more. But anyway, Hive embossing folder free with $50 purchase. Okay. Then my next layer is the Dandy Designs designer paper. I'm going to put all of these measurements on the blog post at 11 a.m. Central. So just go to stamptherapist.com. You'll see the recipe cards and just the measurements there to know how to recreate any of these cards. This paper is also Celebration. It's free with a $100 purchase. You get 48 sheets of 12 by 12 paper for each of every design. This is also the paper you're going to get a sampling of with the Springtime with My Nomies class. So keep that in mind. It's going to retire February 28th or while supplies last. I know I've shown it on many videos, but it's super springy, Eastery, fun designer paper. Lots of fresh freesia in here, by the way. We're just talking about fresh freesia today. We have petal pink also. But anyway, so that design, that's where that paper came from. The design is the little rounded corner squares that are fresh freesia, petal pink. Honestly, I just think that's dark petal pink and light petal pink. But anyway, and then little mango melody dots in between with a white background. The back side is fresh freesia with little flowers all over, but we're using the squares. Then I have a piece of basic white to layer on top of that. This is a portrait shaped card, and these rectangles are portrait as well. And then last but not least, a pre-die cut label from Stylish Shapes Dies. So it is, well, anyway, it's probably I would consider it the second from the smallest banner. It's a banner die. Okay, so let's get to stamping. Hopefully I pulled everything I needed, because this card I had actually made a long time ago and I didn't remake it to prep for the video. So hopefully I remembered everything I need, but luckily everything's basically right behind me, if not. Okay, so it's lots of stamps. We have the big outline flower image that we'll use. And then there are, three different stamps to fill in the colors on this flower image. And then just my greeting, which sending happy thoughts. I think I do need to clean it. I may need to clean it. I'm not sure. I think I do. Yep. I used it in green, which is for another card today. Anyway. All right. So we're going to stamp in black. I'm just going to use Memento black, even though we're not what is that called? Stampin' Blends. We're not coloring like that. But I love Memento black ink just for normal stamping in black, even with no coloring happening. So I inked that up real well. You can press hard on the Memento black ink pad. Sorry, hold on, I need scratch paper. And I'm going to stamp it down. Of course, this is photopolymer, so if you don't have a really hard, firm table surface, then you should put the foam mat underneath your scratch paper before stamping. If your table is flexible, plastic, bumpy, lumpy, full of holes, put that foam mat under there to protect your surface. Okay, so there's the gorgeous floral image. So it's basically a stem with leaves and like 3 or 4 flowers, and then some buds. It's a whole thing. Then I'm going to fill this in with petal pink, fresh freesia, and soft sea foam. So it doesn't matter, I don't think, which image you start with. I'm going to start with Petal Pink for these little, I'm going to call them buds. I'm not really 100% sure they're buds, but I think that's what those are. Here at the top. So you just have to look and see, you know, what is it these images are filling in. Make sure you get it turned the right direction. Check sides and all that. And then once you're sure, straight down and straight up. It's actually really easy to align. And again, it looks like you hand colored it or watercolored it once you stamp it. The stamp is not made to be solid. They're like watercolory, basically. So I love it. Love it, love it. I'll do the leaves next because soft seafoam is here. So we're going to ink up these 4 leaves. One image here, 4 leaves in soft seafoam. I'm tapping very gently on my ink pad. And then again, just align. I just always have to keep checking, you know, check here, and then did I move it too much on this side and vice versa. Straight down, straight up. Beautiful. I'm gonna see these comments here. What? Team pink versus team purple. Okay, so put your hearts. If you're team pink, put a pink heart in your comments. If you're team purple, put a purple heart in your comments. Alejandra thinks purple will win, so we need to show her that that's wrong. Yay, Linda's been waiting for ideas on the stamp set. By the way, tune into next week's live also for more ideas on the celebration sets. Just a hint there. Tuesday at 9 a.m. Okay, and then Frisia, last but not least. Let me see what else. Okay, we have pink, pink, purple. So I'd say that's pink is winning. Okay, now it's 2 purple to 2 pinks. So that's called a tie. Okay, I'm going to align the flowers the same way. A tip here, you can look at that center that has no color in it and the center dot here as part of your alignment. And by the way, if you stamp these like just you're in a rush and you just stamp, stamp, stamp without aligning it perfectly, that looks good also. It's okay if it's a little bit off. Because if you were watercoloring, you wouldn't be perfectly in the lines. Okay, so there's that. Perfect. Gorgeous. And then we're going to stamp the greeting in Memento Black. And the greeting is from this stamp set. I'm using the one that says Sending Happy Thoughts. Ignore that. I just haven't cleaned off my label of what color. That's from some other class. Okay, Sending Happy Thoughts. I'm going to stamp on this banner, which is about 2 3/4 inches long, but the greeting is shorter than that. So I'm going to stamp the greeting over to the right like that. And then I will actually hand cut off the left side. I'm going to check the score here. Pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure pink's winning. Y'all are the best. Okay. Let me clean that stamp off. That's the only, this is just my little chamois here to clean off stamps. I think that's the only stamp I have to clean today for changing. Okay, so I'm going to attach this greeting to this white that I stamped the flowers on. So I'm going to attach that first with Stampin' Dimensionals so that I can cut off the left side. And I'll show you what I mean. So I put a couple of dimensionals over onto the right side. I'm aligning it down here toward the bottom left, obviously, so that the greeting is within. And then I'm going to flip it over to the back and cut off the edge or the leftover from the banner. No need to be perfect there. Okay, then this white stamped piece will get attached flat to my designer paper right in the center. And then that will get attached with Stampin' Dimensionals, the designer paper will, to my embossed with the Hive embossing folder white cardstock. I'm just going to use the edges now of my mini Stampin' Dimensionals to fill in there, because never throw this away. Just cut them up and use them, or rip them up, or whatever. You can also use those as strips and all kinds of cool things. Okay, this will go over toward the right and toward the bottom. So there'll be more white space on the left and top. And then this just goes on my card base. I'll use a little more adhesive, not a lot, but a little more adhesive than normal since it's embossed, but it's going to stick fine, don't worry. So there's that. And then to finish this off, I'm going to use these gorgeous flat adhesive backed pearls. They are flat, like they're not completely flat, but they're not big, bumpy, rounded pearls. It's like they were hot and they sort of pressed them down. And I have actually an open pack somewhere, which you just saw earlier. But they're iridescent is what I'm trying to say. So they go really well with any color, but pink and purple especially. They look so nice. I didn't want to actually open this new pack. Literally, they were here when I pulled this over to show you guys. I must have set them somewhere. Heck. Hold on. I'm going to look a couple more places. I can't think of anywhere else to look. Darn it. I'm literally walking around the room here looking, but I don't know where I put them. So whatever, it's fine. Okay, so there is, I believe it's just two sizes, the small ones and the large ones. 5, 10, 15. You get 20 large and then 60 small, which is awesome. And I'm just going to put a couple of small ones up here on the top left where there's an empty space there. And of course, they'll pick up that purple tint from this card, or they'll pick up whatever tint from the color of card you put them on. And that is the finished card. Now, let me show you my original. I used a different embossing folder on the original. It's called Posies. Now I forgot the name, but it has Posies in it. This one here, it's a 6x6 large embossing folder from our annual catalog. Both are from the annual catalog. And I think the style of these flowers goes really well with the images on the stamp set. So I like both. I did want to use Hive today because you can get it free. You have to purchase this one, which of course is fine. But anyway, so there's both. I'm going to look up the name of that set real quick, or the folder real quick. I tried to memorize it yesterday. Painted Posies. Painted Posies. And again, you need your big die cut machine. So if you don't have that, I can tell you how to get it. I like the original. Yes. Darling, I already forgot what I said that you're saying. Yes, they do too. I forgot. Oh, we got more purple votes. I see that. Thank you, Sharon. She says both are cute. Come down a little bit while I catch up on comments for a second. But I do love this Posies folder as well. Thank you, Carol. Yay. Yes, Linda, you totally can handle the stamping. Unless there's an issue with steady hands, of course, or eyesight, vision problems, which can affect that. But otherwise, Stampin' Up did make it easy to align. This is the one when Landa first used it, I literally was like, how did you color it so good? And then she's like, girl, that's just stamping. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, okay, next up, we are using Scenic Garden. Scenic Garden for card number 2. Card number 2, Scenic Garden. So this is a red rubber stamp set. There's one way to get it, free. This is a bonus gift when you have a $300 order or party. And you'll automatically get it when the order goes over 300. Plus all of your celebration choices. It's not instead of. Now, technically, you can also combine orders with friends, which I would need to do for you to make it a party or give you a host code so you can all order under your party host code. But either way, combined orders or a single order of 300 or more gets you Scenic Garden free. That's only till February 28th and while supplies last. So this is a gorgeous set, but if y'all know me, you know I don't gravitate towards the ones that have to be colored in first. I'm like, So I haven't used it yet, and this is the first card I've made with it, but it turned out so pretty. So let me start with the card base here. Basic white, 5.5 by 8.5. Fold it in half, and this will be a landscape card. So it'll go landscape direction. And then my next layers are mint macaron to go on the front. Measurements will be on the blog, stamptherapist.com. Then a layer of designer paper. So this is the Country Floral Lane designer paper, 12 by 12. It's in our mini catalog. It is while supplies last. Keep that in mind, as is everything in that mini catalog. It's not listed as low inventory right now or anything, but just know that the mini catalog stuff is considered while supplies last. So I've shown this, of course, on other videos. It was, sort of considered Valentine paper, but there's so many florals, literally, it's in the name, in addition to heart images, and they're not like majorly Valentine type hearts. So it will work any time of the year, this paper. And so I'm just kind of flipping through it here because I know I've shown it on other videos and described it there. It's 12 by 12. Anyway, the design I'm using is petal pink with little white heart pattern going in sort of vertical lines, at least the way I cut it here. Tiny little heart pattern, also with little dots in between. It's a very small scale pattern. And then the back side of that is a gorgeous, probably my favorite image from that whole set of paper, floral image with a mossy meadow background, and then petal pink, sort of light and dark posy type flowers all over it. Not realistic, more slightly not cartoonish, but not realistic, with mint macaron little leaves. There's also some little hearts in there. It's just so pretty. So that is a strip of that is going to go across the center of the card. Then we have a piece of mossy meadow, a rectangle, and then on top of that is watercolor, fluid 100 watercolor paper that we will stamp our image on and color it. Let me just show you real quick. Fluid 100 watercolor paper. That's in the annual catalog or the online store. And then a strip of petal pink for my greeting. Okay, so we are going to stamp on the watercolor paper in a landscape rectangle shape there. The image that I'm using. So this stamp set is really detailed to be colored in. There's like a garden gate with a stone path and flowers growing up on both sides. There's a topiary type flower pot thing with 3, like a pot and then a pot inside of that and a pot inside of that with flowers growing out of each layer. There's a stone a stone path image, little bitty stones. One tall image of flowers they're very similar style to these flowers, the shape, but they're open and you would color them in. And then the one I'm using today is the bench. It's a nice, you know, fancy wooden bench with sort of wild flowers growing up on either side of it. So that's what I'm using. This is red rubber. And I'm going to watercolor this because for me, my skill level of coloring, I don't think I would do, I don't know, it would probably look fine with Stampin' Blends actually. But I thought watercoloring would look better. And this used to be my go-to to teach people how to color stuff, just do watercoloring, even though I'm not an artist at all. I'm not artistic. By the way, I'm using Saddle Brown StazOn, which is a waterproof ink. We have black and brown StazOn basically. But Saddle Brown is sort of a orangey brown maybe. It's really pretty. So it's not like super dark brown, like not early espresso, more like a shaded, more like a soft suede. But it's waterproof. So, and of course we carry the ink refills for every ink pad we carry. So you can just get that ink refill straight from Stampin' Up. I'll clean that off real quick. StazOn can stain your stamps, although you wouldn't see that color on here and it wouldn't hurt anything. But you can clean it right away or use StazOn cleaner if you want to get that ink off of there. My greeting, well, actually, I'll do that later. I'll just save it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our water painters. Darn it. Water painters. And I almost always just use the medium one. There's a really large flat brush, a small brush, and then the good old medium. And that's what I pretty much use when I paint. I'm going to take a paper towel and some scratch paper. And fold this in half. And then, of course, the way that I watercolor is with the ink from the lids of my ink pads. So I'm going to use Soft Suede, Petal Pink, and Mint Macaron. Excuse me, Mint Macaron. Petal Pink, Soft Suede, Mint Macaron. I think I'm not going to color the whole thing because of time. I have one pre-colored, but I'll do enough of each section so you get the idea. So this is how I watercolor. Let me go down on these comments. Darlin has a great suggestion, by the way. If there's an issue with steady hands, get the Stamparatus. Definitely a great tip. That tool mounts the stamps for you on a tool, and then you just close it and press. So if your hands are shaky or unsteady or even weak or anything, that can do all the stuff for you. Align it, pressure, etc. I use the bench image for a sympathy card for daughter-in-law whose uncle passed. Awesome. That is I think it's a great stamp set for sympathy. Linda, you just mentioned my two problems, eyes and fingers. Yes. So of course, obviously the best lighting possible and readers, if that works for you, will help with the eyes thing. I'm going to start with the bench. And then the Stamparatus is great for steady hands. Okay, so I'm going to take my soft suede ink pad, and what we normally do is press the bottom into the lid, but these new pads are really hard, so I use my elbow, and I put my other hand on my elbow, on my right hand on my top of my left hand to press my elbow down really hard. And what that does is put ink into the lid of your ink pad. I had already done that previous to this video, obviously, because you don't want to pick up the ink with water on your pad. You're going to water down the pad and make it funky. So we have ink there now. That's my palette. There's a word on each side of the pen that says push. So, on each side, you squeeze or push and let go, squeeze and let go. And that gets the water flowing. I always do that onto my hand. You can also squeeze and let go to get a little water in the lid of your ink pad to water it down. And by the way, just pick that water up with a paper towel before you close it, and it's no problem. So that would be my lighter brown. If I want darker, I'll just go here. And the reason, even though I'm not an artist, that I think this is easy is it can be messy. And as long as you don't pick up like a super dark and do something, you know, a super dark thing, you're basically fine. Also, you can, before you pick up the ink, wet your watercolor paper first to color even more smooth, but I always forget to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna just pick up some of this watered down ink here, and I'm gonna go and get a little bit more of the ink, so it'll be a little darker. There are, of course, skills that can be used when doing this that will be a lot more detailed and fancy and all that. So if you are watching this and you are an artist and you're like, oh my gosh, no, yeah, I know that. But you can do shading and blah, blah, blah. Like you can mix colors. You can get so nice and fancy. But you can also just paint it. It's going to look nice. You can, with watercolor paper, you can add layer upon layer upon layer and it won't break down the paper, even though this is water. So you can go back and add your shadows, and then you can, you know, squeeze this out and get it clear again and water it down. Like you can do all the levels of painting with watercoloring. Or you can be basic like me and just kind of, sort of, as far as the skill, do it close enough and it still looks great. My paper towel there, let me water that down a little bit. Okay. Of course, color the whole bench. To me, that looks kind of messy right now, but you'll see on my other one, and it's a little darker than this other sample I have. But you'll see, like, it's fine once it's all finished. So now I'm going to be pressing this and squeezing until it runs clear, because I want to switch colors. Of course, you should color do all your brown first. It's just easier that way. So see, it's starting to get lighter and lighter. Yeah, so now we're clean. And let me go, I'm going to do the flowers next. Let me look at the UPS. So petal pink, I think I've already done, yeah, there's some ink in there. Okay, so these flowers are tiny. And so it's definitely, especially with my skill level, not going to be perfect. I'm literally just sort of touching the center or the middle part and wiggling my hand and coloring flowers. Really need to put the readers on because I can't tell what's a flower and what's a leaf. Which, that's fine too. You might make a mistake. It's fine. I'm just going to kind of do this little section here. But hopefully you see what I mean about how this is forgiving and quick. It can be quick and easy, you know, because you don't have to be super precise. Like with blends in general, you do want to be a little more precise with where you're coloring. So this gives you a little more freedom. Again, elbow that off screen. Okay, mint macaron. So what I did with this one was I picked up some of the darker mint first, and I kind of just traced over these little grass pieces, the leaves, which again, they're tiny, so just go with it. It's going to be outside of the lines. It's fine. I'm curious if you guys have used this set, how you colored it. Did you watercolor? And you don't have to color it, by the way. There's more grass right there. You can just stamp it in a color and be done. And I did go to Pinterest to look and see how other people had colored these to get my inspiration, of course. That's what I have to do since I'm not artistic. You can also trace the lines of the stems, I should say, of the plants here. Bring that up close so you can see what I mean about not being perfect. Super not perfect close up. And by the way, I know I missed the leg of this bench here. Okay, I'm going to end this coloring at those right there. Okay, so there's that. And then I got it really watered down. And again, this was from inspiration from how other people had colored it. And just kind of filled in, because this would be where it's grass, right, underneath the bench. So I just went around with a really light mint macaron and sort of made it grass. I tried not to color directly over the pink. I'm being a little messier right now because I feel I'm rushing myself. And I did that all the way over here. The same thing. So here is one that I did yesterday, and I guess I just did the bench a lot lighter. But honestly, maybe it lightened up a tiny bit when it dried, but I don't really think so. I think I just did it a lot lighter. But you can see where I tried to add my shadowing. It's not perfect. It's not even great. It's not even whatever, but there you go. You don't have to be perfect. But it still looks cool. It looks watercolory, you know? Like, I like it. So there you go. So gorgeous. Let me see if you guys said how you colored it in. It has always looked too detailed for me, even to even look. So I turned the catalog page very quickly. Elner. So there are a lot of samples in Elner. You're a demonstrator. Yay. So you have access to the demonstrator planning place, which is a Facebook group for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And if you go there and search Scenic Garden, you'll see a lot of samples where people have not colored it in at all. So, you know, just as a tip there, you totally don't have to color it in. It will be a different look and you'll design your cards a little different. But yeah, you can just stamp it in black or gray, or there's even, I've seen it in all kinds like purples and pinks and all that. Okay, so there's my coloring. Let me see. I need to try watercoloring. I've always been apprehensive. Yes, it's very simple, Ro, in my opinion. And this was before we sold blends. This is just what I told people. And I'm like, you know, be messy, be quick. It's really forgiving. The watercolor paper does help, but you can also use thick basic white because watercolor paper is more costly. Thick basic white is a good one. Or the shimmery white is really good for watercoloring on, and it's almost has the same properties as a watercolor paper, and it will save you some money. So lots of options there. But yeah, just play with it. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Janet. Robin. So Robin says, I also like using watercolor pencils. Great tip. I do terrible with watercolor pencils personally. Like I did use them on a retreat recently. And you know, it worked, but I have to work at it. So for me, this is so much easier than pencils, but I know lots of people use the pencils and it looks amazing. So, you know. Okay, I'm going to use soft suede for my greeting for this card. And I have this strip of petal pink. And this greeting, ignore my stuff here, is going to say, you are my happy place. This stamp set, y'all, check it out. Happy Labels. It does come in photopolymer or red rubber. Make sure you read that when you order. Photopolymer or red rubber. Why? Because you might not want this in red rubber, but that's everybody's opinion is different, and that's why you want to read it and order what you want. But this is a really nice set of greetings, and it'll mix and match with all of your cards. But if you're going to stamp it like I am right now, it's going to be a little easier, my opinion, in photopolymer. So you are my happy place. You are is cursive, and my happy place is all caps below it. It's really pretty. I'm trying to locate my sample so I can see where to stamp this. I'm going to stamp it in soft suede, basically just right in the middle of this scrap of petal pink. Look how pretty this greeting is. And then I just think that font goes so well with this card, or those fonts, I should say. So Happy Labels is 12 stamps. You have Life is Better with You. You're going to be amazing parents. You've got the biggest heart. I'm so happy you were born. There's no one like you. Just a note. Hello. Thank you. Yay. All caps in bold with an exclamation mark. You are my happy place. Love you and miss you. I just want to hug you. Isn't that a great stamp set? Happy labels. Currently, while supplies last, unless they carry it over, which we won't know until end of March. Okay, so now we can put this card together. Y'all hear that noise? Cat is getting into stuff. Where's my sample? I am going to put a bow on this card with my white crinkled seam binding. Okay, so I'm gonna this order. This may not be the actual order if I were typing tutorial that I would put it in, but I'm going to go ahead and attach the bench to the Mossy Meadow cardstock. And let me attach my larger designer paper to my mint macaron cardstock, and then attach that to the card base. And then the strip, which is the back side of this designer paper, right across the center. Remember, this is landscape. You are my happy place. I'm going to cut the two ends off at an angle. It will be the same angle on each side, which is an easier, it's more like modern what people are doing now, but also it's easier than cutting banners. And then Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of the bench. Cut up more of these mini Stampin' Dimensional edges here. And then this bench is going to go over toward the right, not centered, more just slightly more up to the right. I mean, up to the top on dimensionals like that. Then my greeting will also be on Stampin' Dimensionals. So if you don't want your card as thick for mailing, you can put it flat, of course. And You Are My Happy Place is going down here on the bottom right on the bench. So that's another cool thing, is it kind of covers up if you did mess up your coloring down there in the grassy area. Then you get a little, you know, cover up there. And then for the bow, I'm going to use the white crinkle seam binding, as I already mentioned. I'm going to make a double bow. So I'm going to fold it in half over on itself, leaving it attached to the roll. I'm going to do a bunny ear bow, so 2 bunny ears. Notice how the ribbon is flat. I am keeping it flat at every move. 2 bunny ears, 1 in each hand, lots of space in between. I've got my 2 tails here. Right loop goes over the left loop, and then that gets pushed down into the rabbit hole. And then pull. And then, of course, you need to almost always adjust your bow and fix it and make it look pretty and cute. One of my loops. Oh my goodness. I can't figure out how to pull and make the one loop smaller. So let me make this one bigger. That's fine. Double bows are not as easy with this ribbon. It's not impossible by any means, but it's not as easy because it's real staticky and floppy and all that, but you can totally make it work. And I probably did that a little short on this side, but we're in a video, so we don't have time to be fixing that. But probably a little short, but it's still going to look totally cute on here. It's going to be a lot longer on my original, so I will put that one in the prize drawing. Okay, I'm going to use mini glue dots. Remember, this is just, I'm throwing this tip out there because I still have people that say, or that don't know about this. Stampin' Up's glue dots now come where the dot is actually on the back side. So a lot of people, they fumble with this. You have to lay it down on the table to be able to pick up the dot. None of that's necessary. Fold this piece that gets discarded, fold it backwards, make a bend there. And then now you can press as hard as you want, just like in the old days, to pick up that bow or embellishment. Okay, so the bow goes there. I'm not very happy with that bow, so let's look at this card. Here we go. That's the final card. We can compare the watercoloring. I colored basically this one first and put that card together, and then I colored this one for the video. You can see this one's still lighter than my original, and you can just see how they're not perfectly the same, nor will they ever be because it's watercoloring. But this will be the one. So if you're coming on this video now and you would like a chance on replay or live right now, and would like a chance to win the cards I'm making today, this is the one. Or make a comment on the video and you will have a chance to win these cards, and that's the one for this design that I'll put in the drawing because it has a better bow. All right, one more card, card number 3. Card 3. So we're going to use At the Pond, a super cute stamp set that you can get free when you place 150 or more order. However, and you have to choose it as one of your free items with your free host rewards. But I have a special offer right now that I will give it to you free with a $75 or more online order with this host code. And you do have to use the host code. So even if your order is over $150, if you want the free set from me, use the host code. You get all your celebration gifts. This is through February 28th. It starts today. And this set is so cute. So raise your hand if you've used it. If you don't have it, if you like it, if you don't like it, let me know what you think about this stamp set. I think it's super cute. While you tell me what you think about this stamp set. And I'm using a bunch of stamps from it today on this one card because it's like 2-step stamping and all that. So I'm going to just pull my stamps over here and remind you that the recipe cards are over at 11 a.m. Central. They're over on the blog, stamptherapist.com, at 11 a.m. Central for all 3 cards. So we have measurements and supply list. I create those on my stampinstuff.com. And you can print them or just view them online, whatever you want to do. But that's what they look like. Okay. So card base is Tahitian Tide, a current in color that won't be retiring this year. Yay. But I've hardly used it so far, even though I said it was going to be my favorite new in color. But anyway, it's called Tahitian Tide. So we are going to make a Z fold card with this. So it's 5.5, 8.5. We're going to fold this in half like normal, the card base, and then fold the front backwards all the way to the left. Of course, use the bone folder. If you really care, you can score instead with your paper trimmer or scoring tool, but I just fold and it's fine. So Z fold. Then the designer paper I'm using on the Z fold, which is what I almost always do, over here on the left, that is cut to be the wrong size. So I need to trim it down. Anyway, this paper is also a host gift you can get, just like At the Pond. And these host gifts, by the way, are also considered while supplies last. But this paper is a 48-pack, 12 by 12, called Flowers and More. When you have an order of 150 or more, you'll get host rewards. And this is one of the items you can select. I believe it cost $18, which it would cost way more than that if it was for sale, but that's of your free host rewards. So, you know, if you place a $150 order, you get $15 in host rewards. You can apply that toward this paper and pay the difference. Anyway, it's a really bright, fun, like super bright designer paper, lots of different designs and patterns. There's flowers, there's dots, there's stripes, there's, I can't flip it properly. And I believe I've shown this on another video already where I went over it. There's squiggly lines, there's more bunches of flowers versus little single flowers, lines again. So it's really pretty paper. And the design that I'm using is this one right here. It's a white sheet with a bunch of little, I don't know what the word is, but little sections of flowers side by side. They're kind of in a pattern, but it's all different colors of flowers and sort of style. They're not tulips, but they're sort of tulip shape or daisy shape. And again, all different colors, purples, blues, pinks, yellows. And then you have the dark shaded spruce green leaves and the light parakeet party leaves. And then the back is just, and I believe that's Orchid Oasis with wavy dotted lines on it. Yeah, Orchid Oasis. Okay, so this is my strip to go on the left. So it should be 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go trim it down to 5 1/4. Okay, I think it is the right size. This piece must be the wrong size. My Tahitian tie, I thought it looked weird, but so I grabbed a piece of Tahitian tie that I thought was half a sheet, and it was not. That's what you get for not checking. I have so many scraps in this room. You know, many times we just grab our scraps. And of course, all the full list of measurements will be over on the blog. Okay, so we have that strip of designer paper to go on the left side. Then I'm actually doing something different for the inside of this card. So I'll explain that when I get to it, but I have a smaller piece of white to go inside so that this Tahitian tie will show. But I'm also going to show you my normal version as well, and you can see which one you like better. So either way, either a less wide or more wide piece of white to go inside the card. And then a scrap of white here for some stuff. And then last but not least, our focal point piece, which is a Parakeet Party, such a bright, fun green. It puts Granny Apple Green to shame, honestly. Parakeet Party pre-die cut from the Scalloped Labels dies. And it's the second from the largest die. Scalloped Contours dies. And then a piece of basic white to go inside that. Of course, this will be a portrait style card. Okay, so stamping. I do have lots of stamping to do on this card. Y'all want to see all these stamps? Don't worry, you don't have to have all these clear blocks. You just change your stamps out. Here's all the stamps I'm going to use for this card. Woo! Okay, so let's go. And this one was heavily inspired by a card on Pinterest, but not fully copied, just heavily inspired. Okay. By the way, I want to remind you to mark your calendars for Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central for my Facebook Live celebration finale Facebook Live. Tuesday, February 28th at 9 a.m. Central. Okay. I'm going to stamp on this rectangle first of basic white. No, you know what? Let's do this one first. Let's do the scraps. So on the scraps, what I need for the scrap of basic white, what I need is a log, which I'm going to cut out. hand cut out, and a frog, a log and a frog. And I did notice those rhymed when I was typing my measurements. So basically every stamp in this set is 2 steps, where you stamp the image just like the first card we made today. Then you stamp the detail on top, and it looks watercolored in. It's amazing. So the log is 2 steps. So soft suede ink. I will stamp the detail log first in soft suede. Then for the solid one, I'm going to ink it up in soft suede, stamp it off onto scratch paper fully, and then stamp it onto my detail log. And just like the first set, it's really easy to align. And it looks so awesome. A tip on stamping off is don't stamp off like that. And don't stamp off onto a different surface than you are stamping onto. So if you're using your foam mat, stamp off on the foam mat. It's important. Just trust me. Or whatever, you know, don't stamp it off onto some funky table surface. Okay, so I don't know why I put that back on the ink. We'll use this color again, but it'll be later. And then in this stamp set, there are 2 frogs. So basically at the pond, you have this log, literally, that the frog can float on. You have water lines. You have 2 different frogs outline, and then the 2 filler images to stamp inside to color the frogs in. You have a solid tongue and an outline tongue with a fly attached to it. 2 steps. A heart, that's 2 steps, outline solid. A flower, 2 steps, outline solid. A cattail image, so 3 leafy things, the stick going up, and then that thing that sits at the top. That's the outline, and then 2 stamps to fill that in. The cat, I don't know what it's called, but the top part, the little oval, and then the leafy part. And then 3 fly image. And by the way, these flies are super cute. They have giant bug eyes. They're not super detailed. It's just like a black body, big old bug eyes, and 2 wings. But there's 3 of these little flies that you can stamp together. Stamp wherever. And then the one that's on the tongue. And then last but not least, a really cute dragonfly. Again, bug eyes, not crazy detail. And you can stamp and fill in the wings and the body. So, of course, y'all know I love it because you don't have to color this stamp set at all. You just fill it in with stamps. And that's why I have so many stamps mounted today, because of all the 2-stepping I'll be doing. And remember, you can get that free from me right now. Okay, so anyway, sorry, I meant to say, so one frog is just sort of facing straight forward, and the other is facing to his right or to our right. Kind of the 2 hands are sort of crossed in front of him. That's the one am I using both? No, I'm just using that one. Okay, we can take away 2 of these stamps. I did not end up using the second frog. Whew, makes it look a little better. All right, we're going to do the frog and parakeet party. Great color. Oh, I lied. And shaded spruce. So we will stamp the detail frog first in shaded spruce. I'm going to hand cut both of these out. So this is just on scraps. And then parakeet party for the body. For the filler. So there's 2 holes where the stamped eyes go. Use that for your alignment. And then again, it's just kind of visual. Look at all of the detail. It's amazing. You got dots on the back of the frog. It's darker in certain spots, lighter. Of course, the log is lighter and darker, and so on. Super amazing. Okay, now I want to hand cut these 2 images out. You have to do that real quick. Let me check on these comments. Don't forget to hit thumbs up. Yes, Marcia. Thank you so much. That does help me. Thank you. More flowers. So pretty. Great for spring and Easter card. Fun times from sunny Texas. Thank you, Terry. I got my readers. Okay, so I'm going to hand cut out this little froggy guy. It's not too difficult of a hand cut out because it's like a large image. Okay, and then I have seen samples online both where they cut into the mouth. The mouth is like open on this frog. Cut down into it and not. I need to cut down into it because of the way this card is going to be. So it just depends on your design, basically. And of course, you'll see why when you see my finished card, although I think you may have already seen a sneak peek of it on the video picture or whatever, graphic. I am leaving a white border. I'm making my long cuts. Don't just keep opening the scissors over and over. That's going to give you ugly cut marks, or it could give you. I did kind of cut that funky at the butt there, but whatever, it's too late now. Okay, and then the log, again, not super hard to cut out because it's a log, so it's long. Has some waves on it, but not too crazy. Keeping my right hand pretty much steady and moving the paper with my left hand. There we go. I think that's probably the top. Not that it matters. Nobody will know. Okay, now I needed these pieces to know where to stamp some stuff on this white rectangle. So I'm going to add the water lines first. So it's an image with some really thick lines of, just like water waves, so to say. There's two longer ones sort of on top and then a short one at the bottom. I'm going to put the short one at the bottom on this card, but I think it just depends on how you're designing your card. And the water will be Tahitian Tide. And so I want it, I don't really need the log and frog here to figure out where to stamp this, but just in case, I'm sort of using them as a guide. And so I'm stamping it sort of, let me just measure. The lowest image is about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of my white paper here. I got ink on my hands. I inked that too hard and I got an ink line right there. Don't press hard when you ink. Okay, then I'm going to, actually what I'm going to do next is add some color. This is again from Pinterest inspiration. So I'm going to take my mini or my small blending brush, and I'm going to pick up Tahitian Tide, and you must put this on your scratch paper first, or you're going to get a blob like that on your card that's going to look ugly. And what I'm going to do is add Tahitian Tide sort of below the water that we stamped and up, sort of just make like a little halo that's going to be around this frog image that'll be on the card. And it just looks really pretty. So even though the water is not really up here, that can be like sky, I guess. It's just almost like we're making an oval to hold all of these images. Okay. I think that's good enough, but I'm going to do a tiny bit more over here on the right. Hopefully you can tell it like stops before the top. Okay. Then I know when I place the log on here, I want basically those 3 bottom lines to show. And the next thing I want to stamp is this cattail image over here to the right. So I'm just going to, again, use the log as just in case, a little guideline there. I'm inking this up in soft suede ink as to how high or low I want to stamp the cattail. And I'll just fill that in real quick. So the top portion, soft suede, stamp off, stamp on. And then the leaves are Parakeet Party, and I did not stamp that off. So where is it? This image here is the fill in of the leaves. It will be Parakeet Party. Gorgeous, huh? Gorgeous. Okay, now for my real measuring, I'm going to put this tongue coming out of this little frog's mouth with the with the fly. So first I need Flirty Flamingo ink. That's going to be the color of the tongue, Flirty Flamingo. These are colors from the designer paper, by the way. Parakeet, Tahitian, Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so the frog is going to be sitting on the log, right? Take this away. The log will be about here. The frog will be about here. The frog can be kind of angled. Here's the tongue image, the solid one. I had it facing the wrong direction. Make sure the little V is the direction you want. For me, it's on the right. By the way, just a side tip. I re-inked my Flirty Flamingo for this card, but there is no need for me to re-ink the entire pad to stamp a tiny image like this. I even still inked up too much. You don't need to do that. Just ink up the section you're going to use at the time. Okay, here we go. Tongue is going to be right here. So I'm going to get it all lined up. Then I'm going to scoot this frog out of the way and stamp straight down. Woo! So it looks like this right now. And then also, of course, you could align all this on your Stamparatus and save yourself even more time if you want to create multiples. And then I will now add the top part that is the outline of the tongue and the little fly in Memento Black. So this is just alignment. Ooh, girl, this one is more challenging. Let me get my head really close. I think I should have stamped the black one first. Yes, I should have stamped the black one first, but it's too late. I'm just going to stamp it. It's off. Oh my gosh, y'all, stamp the black one first. It'll be easier. I probably did that yesterday and forgot. Always for photopolymer now, it seems easier to stamp the outline image first. I just forgot. Stamp the black one first. Remember. I did align it somehow, but it was like giving me double. It was like blurring the image or something. Okay, anyway. All right, let's use some Stampin' Dimensionals for the log and frog. See what y'all are saying. Starting to slow down. Thank goodness. Got a whole lot of stamping done yesterday. I'm assuming that's you're referring to snow. I know y'all are having a combo there. Okay, so log with dimensionals and frog with dimensionals. I'm going to put the dimensionals toward the top of the frog, a couple, and a little adhesive at the bottom because it will overlap onto the log. And now you just put the tongue back in place. So whatever you did, as long as you're generally in the right area, it's going to work out. Isn't that cute? Ah, so cute. Okay, so now we will attach this to the flat, to the Parakeet Party scallop contour rectangle die. Add the designer paper to the left. Of course, the flowers go a certain direction. Then I'm going to attach this. I know I still need to do the inside, but I'm doing this on purpose. Attach this frog piece to the front, so only adhesive on the back left. So I'm just going to flip it over top to bottom. And of course, I want to use Stampin' Dimensionals because that's what I always do, but you can attach this flat as well. So top to or left to right, you want to realign it so that you have a visual here of where your adhesive needs to go on the left only. And then it's okay to remove it to do the far left because that's obviously going to be safe. And then what I did yesterday when I made this card, or Monday, now I forgot what day it was, but anyway, when I made this card, or Tuesday, I don't know, whatever, I stamped this for the inside. So it's a 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. I added from Beautifully Happy, Sending Happy Thoughts. I just thought that was cute, sending happy thoughts with this frog. Like, why am I sending you a frog card? Because I'm thinking of you and I'm happy and blah, blah, blah. And then I stamped the large frog, or I guess large, whatever, the other frog that's facing front in Shaded Spruce and Parakeet Party. Then when I had it all ready to go, and this was going to be my card. When I pulled this out to put the adhesive on it, I said, oh, I like the way that color looks on the inside way better, the Tahitian Tide. I like that better than how this white looks. Now, we could stamp something on this white, maybe a splatter, do something. But this is just my opinion, that I liked it better with this color. So I said, what's the solution? Let me take a small piece of white. So it's the same height, 5 1/4. It's supposed to be, let me see if it's the right size. Yeah, I cut that wrong. Hold on. It's 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Oh my gosh. I just messed that up. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. I have to cut a new one. And that is the same size as the front piece. And that way it'll be completely hidden. It gives you a small area. You could even add one here if you want, but the front looks the way I want it to. So what I stamped on that one instead is the Sending Happy Thoughts. And because it's smaller, I added the dragonfly. So we'll see which one y'all like better. So Sending Happy Thoughts down a little bit from the top to have room for the dragonfly. Then I'm going to stamp the dragonfly image in Memento Black, the outline. At a little angle here, a little tail coming down where Sending and Thoughts are higher and lower. And then I'm going to use Tahitian Tide for these two parts of the dragonfly. So the body, I'm going to ink up in Tahitian Tide and stamp that with the full color. And the wings, I will stamp off onto scratch paper with Tahitian Tide, just so it's not all dark. We did that. That looks like a cute bookmark as well, side note. And so, but I'm actually going to attach this one inside this card so you can see the two side by side and see which one you like better. My original has the Sending Happy, the dragonfly. All right, so what do you think? I like how this looks on the inside, but I didn't like how it looked closed. It then, oh, and I have to add a bow to this. So hold on. We have to finish the bow first. But anyway, that was my whole thing, my little thought process that happened. Okay, ribbon. So this is the Parakeet Party Metallic Weave, Metallic Woven ribbon. I'm going to do a double bow again. Just like before, but this is way easier because it's such a thin ribbon. I just tie it like a regular bow. So shiny. Love this metallic woven ribbon. Here's my scissors. We have our double bow. That goes with a glue dot. The bow really finishes this card off, I think. It's a little slightly plain until you add that bow down at the bottom left corner of the log. Okay, so here we go. The two different versions. And of course, by the way, I know there's like a million other things we could do to improve it and make the inside better. But there's the two different versions. Sending happy thoughts. Or this, sending happy thoughts. So this one will be on the left. This is the one with the full white. Do you like left or right better? Yes, Tahitian Tide is so pretty, Kathleen. I know. The reason I said it was going to be my favorite when it came out was because it looked like my color that retired years ago that I still miss. What was it? Now I'm going to blank out on the name. But anyway, that was why it was going to be my favorite. And I just haven't used it. Like I haven't had the need for it yet, basically. Both are adorable, but I like the right blue. Definitely blue side is best. Let me see if I can see the name. Yep, right. I think to trim down the frog to be hidden by the fold. And dragonfly on left. That's true. You could place basically a piece of paper this size or smaller, the square here, I mean the rectangle here, on the middle and just completely hide it. That is a great idea, Linda. Yes. And then put this here. Yes. Ooh, I like that. See? Why didn't I think of that yesterday? Tempting turquoise. Thank you, Martha. It left my brain. Yes, tempting turquoise was the color. Thank you, Lori. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, Sharon likes left. Definitely blue side is the best. Let me see. I can't see all the names. Nancy likes the dragonfly, this one. Linda, no problem. Of course, I'll take your order. Love both. No two are alike. Makes me happy. Yes. Oh, Nancy loves to watercolor. Therapeutic, but time consuming. I only do it for special. Yes. Hey, you can like both. That's totally fine. I like when y'all like my stuff. See, what did Robin say? You could always add a little dragonfly at top or bottom. That's true. Add a little dragonfly here or here to make this not so plain. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. France likes blue. Pat likes both. Yes. Martha likes both. I love the blue, but it didn't speak to me on this card. Ro, I like both, but great idea. Linda mentioned. Yes, that Linda did have a great idea there. I would stamp sentiment on Tahitian Tide cardstock instead of white. Ooh, you could do that. Yeah. True. I mean, because it's not like you can't write on this color. Totally can. Thank you, Linda. Thanks, darling. Like them both, but maybe blue would be my first choice. Awesome. Yeah, and you guys have great ideas for even different, totally different modifications than what I said. Okay, so just a recap. These are the cards from today. I'm going to put the ones here that I'm putting in for you guys to have a chance to win. I think maybe y'all liked this folder better This was my better bow. And I'll do the blue background just because. Easier to modify if you win it also. So as you come on the video, of course, or if you haven't said hi or made a comment yet, please do so you can be entered to win these 3 cards. If you share the video, comment that you shared so you can be entered as well. This works on replay, so no problem. Thank you guys very much. Don't forget, I'll be back live Tuesday, not my normal day, and Thursday, but Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central with a video to close out Celebration. If you have any questions, don't forget, thanks, Kathleen. Don't forget to let me know. Don't forget also that you can get this at the Pond stamp set for free from me with your order right now, 75 or more using the host code. You'll also get a free class kit and free loose frosted dots with that order with the host code. If you don't want to use the host code because you're doing 150 or more, you can also choose that at the Pond stamp set free if you like when you place your order. So if y'all need any questions, if you have any questions, let me know. I meant to say if you need any help, let me know. All right. Yes, 9 a.m. on Tuesday, 9 a.m. And I will send an email like normal. I may not do all the stuff I usually do with a live for that one, but I'll at least send an email and make a post about it. All right, everyone, have a great day and a great week, and I will see you later. Thank you, Robin. Bye.